What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Nasty loss for them boys. In the Bay, losing to the Golden State Warriors 97-94. The Big Cat, 29 points, 12 rebounds. OG Anunoby, 23 points, 9 rebounds for him. Disc Rover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Tough loss for them boys on the road. In the Bay, losing to the Golden State Warriors 97-94. Big Task, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Tough loss for them boys to the Golden State Warriors, 97-94. The Big Cat, 29 points, 12 rebounds. Listen, man, these are games that are going to haunt this team because these are games that I felt like we should have won. The Warriors didn't play great at all. At all. I'm going to go through the stats with you guys in a second, but they didn't play well at all, man, at all. And it's eerily similar to the first game when we played against them when we were winning the game, and then they pretty much were able to close it down to stretch, man. They pretty much beat us in the end. And this felt like the same way. We were right there, man. We were right there to win this game. It was back and forth, nip and tuck, but we were giving the ball away. We were giving it to them in all aspects of the game, man. And I felt like they gave us opportunities, many opportunities to pretty much take the game over. And we could not take advantage of it. We just couldn't. And I think that's part of the captain not being there, yes. But I think we got to get better at late game execution. Like I thought that we kind of solved it, but once again, I think that has a lot to do with Brunson. But we got to get better with late game execution. Like we have to, and I think that's kind of like where we're kind of missing at times. Because in watching the game, and of course, there was a discrepancy in fouls. I think they went to the foul line, I think almost 10 more times than we did. So I mean that happens, right? Like I get it, like I understand it. They're on the road, so sometimes you're not going to get them calls, and I get it. But I felt that we just missed an opportunity to really take it to the next level and kind of beat this team and take it to the next level, meaning turn that corner. Like they were giving us opportunities because they did not play well at all. At all. I thought the Big Cat, especially with all that nonsense going back and forth with Draymond Green and Draymond running his mouth, I thought the Big Cat came to play today. I thought he played really, really well, as you see by that stat line. 29 big points for him, 12 rebounds. He was 12 for 21 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3, 2 for 2 from the stripe. Yo, man, he's got to get to the free throw line more, man. He's getting fouled like every single time he's going. Like, and I think that's why sometimes you hear him screaming like, "Oh my God," and all this stuff, right? I'm sure you guys heard the memes out there of him saying that, like, but listen, he has a point, man. A lot of times he's getting fouled, man. He doesn't get any calls. Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys, 97-94. OG Anunoby, 23 points, 9 rebounds for him. And so I thought Big Cat was a sensation. There was nobody that could check him. Draymond can't do nothing with him. He runs his mouth. Draymond runs his mouth, right? This he's always yapping. Always yapping. They're like giving him so much credit. The guy's an average ball player, man. He's able to do what he does because of Steph Curry and when Klay was there. Like that's his claim to fame. Like without them dudes, I don't even think he's in the league, man. I don't think he's in the league at all. Maybe on the bench. He's like a nicer version of PJ Tucker, if you really want to be honest. He's like they're like the same guy. They're like the same player. So, but he's yapping, he's running his mouth. Listen, Cat didn't really let it get to him. I think they were going back and forth a little bit. I think when Cat got his third foul and Draymond was pointing to the bench, right? You remember that? And he was kind of, just being a pest, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way I could put it. But Cat handled it right, man. He handled it the right way. And listen, he produced, man. Cat was big tonight. Big. Came with big-time shots. But we just couldn't get over that hump. And the only thing also, too, is Cat on that drop, man. Like, if you know Steph Curry's coming off of that pick, you gotta show, man. You got to show. Hand down, man down. Like, that's the oldest saying. Like, you got to put your hand up, man. And they were saying that on the broadcast too. You know what I mean? They said Tibbs was looking at Towns like, yo, come on, man. You got it. Like, you know what I mean? You can't leave that guy open. Out of everybody in the league, he's the one you cannot leave open. So I thought they could have made an adjustment with that, of course. But all in all, Cat came ready to play today, man. We need a little bit more from him. Maybe if we would have got a 40 piece, we could have pulled this out. But all in all, I thought he played really, really well. OG Anunoby, another great game for him. 23 points, 9 rebounds. I thought his, pretty much his bully ball, I thought was great, man. I thought him going to the rack was beautiful, right? He was 7 for 15 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3, and he got to the free throw line. He was 7 for 9 from the stripe, which is great because no one else was getting anything. But also too, OG Anunoby, 3 steals tonight, 1 block. He was getting after it, man. Listen, a great effort from him, man. OG Anunoby, another great game since this All-Star break, man. He's been playing exceptional, right? Also, two guys, another great game for Mikal Bridges, right? Another great game for him. 19 big points for him. He was 8 for 14 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3, and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He had 6 rebounds today, 3 assists. And so I thought he also played really well. And the Deuce was loose, man. I thought Deuce also was solid as well, man. Deuce, 19 points for him. He had 7 assists, which I thought, he had 4 assists, which I thought was great, and 5 rebounds and 1 block. Deuce 8 for 17 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3, man. So I thought the Deuce played really, really well today. Really well. I think also too with Deuce, man, I think we could have got more production out of him, but it's difficult because you don't really have anybody to orchestrate the offense without Brunson. And I think Deuce, it's kind of taken away from him and what he can do. Like, it's kind of taken away from him, like his superpower. Like, it's kind of you know what I mean? Because he has to run the show. So he's not really able to get out there and really get busy. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that kind of hurt him offensively, because I thought offensively he had it going. He was shooting it really well. He was 3 for 6 from 3, but he couldn't really get off more shots because he's got to run the offense. So I thought that's kind of holding his game back a bit, trying to orchestrate things. And I think that's not his superpower. Oh no, man, I thought the boys played well, man. I thought they did. We didn't really get much production from the bench. You could tell they kept on talking about it during the telecast. Mitch just seems out of shape. He seems gassed, but that's because of how the Warriors play. They push everything up, and then they don't really have a legit big. So Mitch has got to run around and guard Draymond, or what was the guy that came off the bench for them? What's his name? Pesto? I'm saying his name wrong. I'm sorry, man. Post. Yeah, Post and Looney, right? So those guys, but they're not typical bigs. They go out to the 3-point line. They roam a lot. So, excuse me, they're really, really tough for him to deal with. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think Mitch, he's just got to get get back in shape. Thought campaign he struggled tonight. I thought Shaman was okay, man. I thought he was solid defensively. Offensively, he's okay, but he doesn't get enough shots really to even know exactly what he could do. But I thought Shaman was okay, man. He played the most minutes, played 21 minutes tonight. 3 rebounds, 1 steal. I thought Shaman was solid, man. He's got to get more opportunity to shoot the ball. And I don't think he really was given that. I think Precious has got it. I don't know what's going on with Precious, man. He's not getting in position to get rebounds and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on with him. It's like he's kind of like, since Mitch has come back, it's like he's going backwards as far as his skill set goes. I don't know what it is. Precious was great last year, coming off the bench, giving it great energy. You felt like you were getting the same energy Mitch provided, but with Precious in a smaller version. Contesting shots, getting rebounds, like getting after it. And he just doesn't seem, I don't know. I'm not going to say he's not engaged, but he just seems a step slow. And he's not getting any rebounds. None. He played 10 minutes tonight and didn't really give much of an impact. So I don't know. He's I think he might be coming close to maybe falling out of favor with Tibbs, man. So, because when the captain comes back and Deuce goes back to the bench, I think Precious is totally out of the rotation, like I said before. So I don't know. You know what I mean about the whole Precious thing. We got to see exactly how that plays out. Um, so I don't know. So I don't know the Precious piece, but I just know that he's gonna have a hard time really getting into that rotation during the playoffs if everybody is back healthy, right? Guys, what's going on with Josh Hart, man? Like he has not been playing well at all. I don't know if his knee is still bothering him. I don't know what's going on, but he just has not been playing well. He had that one good game against Sacramento, but outside of that, man, like he hasn't been playing well. He didn't score any points tonight, none, and that's the difference in the ball game. We lost by 3. If Josh would have gave us at least 10 points, with what he usually gives us, we win this game. 104-97 if he gave us 10 points. But he didn't give us anything, man. And then he's on the sideline. I mean, I'll play it for you. He's on the sideline arguing with Tibbs. And Tibbs is telling him, like, yo, every time, and Josh is out there making like bonehead passes, like just his decision making is terrible, man. But that comes from not being confident in your shot, not being confident in certain things. And then he was going for layups. He's doing these double clutch layups instead of going up strong. Like he just doesn't have it. You know what I'm saying? And this is the last game of the road trip, so I think he's struggling. You know what I mean? He might be having a hard time because remember, those guys are away from they're not home, so they're away from the facility. And maybe that's where he really gets a lot of um, prep work done for his knees. Maybe that's, he goes to the facility and that's where he really gets, you know, the massages or whatever he gets to help him get him ready for games. He probably gets it at the facility, and they're not there. So maybe that could play a reason. I'm trying to grasp him for straws here, but I'm just saying he just has not been playing well. And I kind of was looking at everything, and I was just seeing how the offense is struggling because what made us good before is that we got 5 guys that could score, and with Josh pretty much just not losing all confidence in his offense, it makes us limited. I would not be surprised when the captain comes back if certain times he takes Josh Hart out and puts Deuce in Josh Hart's spot. Yo, Tim, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Long time no see. Hope all is well with you, sir. Tough loss for them boys on the road to end this road trip. 97-94 to the Warriors. The Big Cat, 29 points, 12 rebounds. So he just hasn't been playing well. I mean, his stat line is insane. I think he was 0 for 7 from the field. Yeah, he was 0 for 7 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. He only had 7 boards, 7 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. But he just played bad, man. He just did not play well. And he hasn't been playing well. So maybe he needs to get back to the facility, get some treatment on that knee. Maybe that's kind of like what's going on, but he has not been playing well. And so that's something's got to give. But like I said, I would not be surprised if certain times Tibbs sits him and kind of look over and kind of says, all right, let's play Deuce instead of him. Because offensively, we're struggling because he's afraid to shoot the ball. Now, you give those same shots that he's not taking, you give that to Deuce. And then Deuce will knock it down. So, you're going to miss his rebounding and his activity, but offensively, we're going to be legit. Like I'm not saying start Deuce, but I'm saying take Josh out in certain times of the game. Especially in winning time, if you realize he just doesn't want to shoot, man. He doesn't want to shoot. So, I mean, that's something to possibly look at. All right, guys, let's go over the stats all together, man. Let's see the percentages and stuff like that. Let's go through that. Pull this up for you guys really quickly. One second, I'm trying to add this too for you guys. All right, here we go, guys. All right, so here's the stats right here, right? All right, so guys, we shot 43% from the field. They shot, and from three, we shot 37.5%. We shot 84% from the line. And we won the rebounding battle 49 to their 45. Now, guys, take a look. They shot terrible from the field, man. They shot 39.8% from the field, man. 39.8%. And they shot 31% from three. In all honesty, the real reason why they beat us, man, is because they beat us at the free throw line. They shot 10 more free throws than we did. They went 18 for 22 from the line. We went 11 for 13. We shot 84%. But we beat them in assists. They won it with the assists 25 to 20. We out-rebounded them 49 to 45. The turnovers were somewhat equal. We had 13. They had 9. They had 7 steals. We had 6. I mean, a pretty even game, guys. Look at the box score. 31 to 32 in the first quarter. Second quarter, 19 to 22. Third quarter, 22 to 21. Fourth quarter, 22 to 22. I mean, the game, look how close the game was, man. Look how close the game was. I mean, so you give or take, a couple of possessions here and there, we win this game. And this is the point when I'm making about the whole Josh Hart piece, right? This is what's kind of hurt, is that offensively, his lack of production is kind of hurting us. It is. It is. And am I crazy to say? I'm just asking everybody, let me know, man, because I don't want to jump out the window. Nah, let me not say that. Let me not say that. The reality is that we need the captain back, and we need him back to balance out our lineup, because if we're not getting any production from Josh, then you can make the move, like I said, to bring Deuce in and take his spot, and we still got the captain there. But if Brunson's not there, we have to keep Josh Hart on the floor, just because you don't trust in Shamet, right? You just don't. He's a better shooter than Josh, but I don't know. You just don't trust Shamet. You trust Josh over him, of course. But the reality is that in games like what happened tonight, Big Taz. Big Taz is saying, LV, come on, keep it real. No, look, here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, right? Big Task, you're right, Big Task. I'm sorry. It's late, man. I apologize. I'm trying to be nice, but Josh was really bad tonight. Really bad. And even to the point he's arguing with the coach. When you kind of see a player's kind of off, like he's having an off night, like you got to kind of make quick adjustments. And I know it's difficult. I know. Lionel Monas, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Tough loss for them boys, 97 to 94. OG Anobi, 23 big points. They end this road trip 2-3. Back in the Garden Monday against the Heat. So what I'm saying is, when you see a guy like that, he just doesn't have it, man. Like, he's just not playing well. And he's got other things going on. He's arguing with the coach. Now, you've got to believe in him. I'm not saying you bench the guy, but you might want to tinker with something. You might say, all right, cool. There's 3 minutes left in the game. We need kind of some offense. We need something spread. Like Shamet going for Josh. Get Josh out of there, because we need to spread out the floor. We know Shamet is solid defensively, but he's not the rebounder that Josh is. So that's the thing, right? So I'm not saying, you take Josh out all the time, but maybe tinker with it maybe tonight, like, because he just didn't have it going, man, at all. So those corner threes that were wide open for him, he's not taking those. Shamet would have took those. Vibes, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live. Tough loss for them boys in the Bay. 97-94, the Big Cat, 29 points, 12 rebounds. So maybe that could have been something Tibbs could have did. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's certain things like that. Now, he's going to ride with him because, Josh is Josh, and we know how good Josh is. But when you kind of sense that your guy's kind of struggling, you got to kind of make little adjustments. A perfect example, right? Well, it's not really a perfect example because we kind of were balanced. Like when Mikal was struggling one game, they kept Deuce in and let them rock out with Deuce. And people say, "Oh, Mikal got benched," and people making a big deal about it. I didn't see a big deal with it at all. He went with a guy that had the hot hand. Deuce was playing better. So what? It happens. I felt that could have happened with Josh tonight. I think it should have happened with Josh tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something he's got to do. But I get it. He's going to want to ride for his guy, and um, Josh has been there in big moments. So I trust that. But what I'm saying is, sometimes you can't base it all off of that. Like if your guy just doesn't have it going, you're gonna have to make sometimes certain changes, man. Because he was hurting us tonight more than he was helping. Is what I'm basically getting at. Vibes in here said LV, man. Josh needed to ride the pond tonight. Yo, agreed, man. Agreed. Yeah, tonight was just one of them nights, right? Vibes. I agree with that, man. I agreed. And once again, I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but maybe his knee is still bothering him. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, he just doesn't seem the same, and he's unsure of his shot. Like it's hurting more than it's helping. Vibe says Tibbs is our main issue. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Tibbs has got to kind of make those adjustments, man. You know what I'm saying? He's got to, because this is a game we should have won. Like we with the players that we have, and it's because the Warriors played like garbage tonight. This is a game we definitely should have won. Definitely. Hit him up, New York, and Jay, man. I appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys. 97-94 to the Golden State Warriors. The Big Cat, 29 points, 12 rebounds. They go 2-3 on this road trip. They'll be back home in the Garden Monday night to face the Heat. This is where TJ Warren comes to play for Josh. That's a good point, man. That's a good point. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. See, it's ill, man, because I think in a lot of ways, it's all rosters, like roster, how you assign your roster, how you complete your roster. I think they've kind of dropped the ball in that aspect. I've talked about it numerous times on my show, and I'm gonna say it again. I never thought they should have drafted Dadier. I thought they should have drafted Ryan Dunn. I think he's the perfect player for this team. 6'8", 6'9" guy, can guard the wing. His jump shot will get better over time, but he can defend. He can finish at the rim. He's just a great wing. He's ready to go now. That they dropped the ball with that. I think they also dropped the ball with a guy like TJ Warren that offensively he could score. And he's big too. He's about 6'7", 6'8". So you could stretch him out. So if whoever's having a problem scoring, he could provide that. So I don't know why they didn't make the decision to bring him up. I don't know. The lack of development with Dadier, right? That's another issue. So I'm just saying, just with the way this roster worked out, the backups and certain moves they could have made, I thought they dropped the ball in that aspect. Because I like TJ Warren. I like what he was doing down in the G League, and he can score. He's a vet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Thought they dropped the ball a couple of times with roster assignments and getting guys on this team. Wiz, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight, all the way from the West Coast. Tough loss for them boys. 97-94. OG Anunoby, 23 points, 9 rebounds. Wiz says Tibbs should have tried several of his bench options for Josh. Beauchamp or PJ. Tibbs is definitely our liability. Yeah, Beauchamp. Beauchamp was in street clothes, man. PJ, if anybody, once again, I know if anybody you could have played Shamet. Offensively, he can knock it down. Now, defensively, he's not the player Josh is. I'm not saying that, but when you notice someone of your guys just doesn't have it, you got to kind of make some decisions, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to make some decisions, man. Knicks 100 GM, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rock with LV Live. Hope all is well with you, sir. Tough loss to them boys, 97-94. Big Cat, 29 points, 12 rebounds. And what's Ryan Dunn doing for the Suns? Listen, what's anybody doing for the Suns? The Suns stink right now. So I'm not saying it, but I think he's a solid player, man. He was contributing for those guys. I think he's doing all right. What's his numbers this year, man? What's Ryan Dunn's numbers? Now you got me thinking. What's his stats this year? He's big too, man. He's got great size, man. He's 6'8". I would have loved for them to get him, man. Yeah. I would have loved for them to get him. Guys, he's averaging 6 points this year, man. He's averaging 6 points, 3 rebounds a game, shooting 42% from the field. I mean, we know that's not his thing, but what he is, he's good defensively. He played 59 games for them this year. He's averaging basically 6 points a game. I mean, he's solid, man. He's solid. Last game against the Kings, they won. He had 16 points that game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He's doing all right. He's a rookie, man. He's putting up solid numbers for them, man. Is Dadier even averaging 6 with us? He ain't even playing. This kid would play over Dadier, man. He's a better player than Dadier. Dadier's a project. He's not ready. Everybody knew that. So why draft him? Makes no sense. I thought they really dropped the ball there with that. Vibes says, why draft players, get players off the bench and don't play them? Yo, agreed, Vibes. And that's what I'm saying. But Vibes also, too, he's a project, man. He's a project. He's not, he ain't, based on what they say, he ain't ready to go yet, man. So why draft him? For what? See, look at this scroll. This Grover says, yep, for some Plaza's excommunity. Yeah, of course, he's at a black site somewhere, man. You know that. Developing, doing whatever. We don't know what's going on with the kid. But you drafted him over a player, to me, that's ready to go, that you need right now. Tim says, Tibbs' game coaching is terrible, man. That's 90 styles off coaching, and it's no more. We will never win a chip with him as our coach. Agreed, man. I totally agree with that. I just think Tibbs is kind of stuck in a lot of different ways, man. But I don't know, man. This just the way this roster is assembled, like the bench players, and I think it's time to kind of, you gotta get Kolek in over Campaign, man. I like Campaign. I like his energy, but you're gonna have to try some things out. Kolek is a better player than Campaign. He's got a better upside. And so you're going to have to try these guys out, man. You got to put them out there and see what they could do. Like, you can't just continue, like, you know what I mean? Because you need production, especially with Brunson being down. Brunson's supposed to be reevaluated next week. There's no way he's going to be ready. So that's what I'm saying. I think he's out for the rest of the season. I don't think they're going to rush him back because they know they're going to need him for the playoffs. So with that being said, why not use this time to develop a guy like, Kolek develop? Let him play with the starters. Let him play with a lot of those guys who are regular players. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, don't put him in there with just backups. Like, put him in there with some guys that will play, like OG Anunoby, Bridges. Let him kind of get his feet wet, man. Big Task is regular season. Yeah, I think he's out for the regular season. I don't think they rush him back. Big Task. This girl would say he's a project, which means 3 years in the G League before he sniffs 10 NBA, real NBA. Yeah, man. Yeah. BQ from BK, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 97-94. The Big Cat, 29 points, 12 rebounds. Yeah, man. I agree with that. I agree. Hit him up, says LV, man, would you trade for Anthony Black to be our primary ball handler to play alongside Brunson. No, no. Hit him up now. No, Brunson needs the ball in his hands, man. He's too good of a player. You don't want him off ball. You want him doing exactly what he does. Let's not shake things up. I like Anthony Black. I think he's solid. That's a kid from Orlando, right? If I'm correct. I like him. I think he's solid. He's good defensively too. But I don't. No, not with Brunson. You keep Brunson like he is. Let him continue to do what he does. Don't change up anything. Let him run the show, man. Let him do what he does. That's what makes him so good. And so you keep that, you keep that kind of like the same. Wish says, man, I agree with Cole at that point with Deuce at the 2. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just think it's time. I think it's time, guys. I think it's time to really kind of see what Kolek is. I think he's got better upside than Payne. I never listen. If you guys would have saw my short I did last summer when they made the deal for Campaign, I did not understand that deal. And I'm not saying Campaign's not a solid backup because he is, but I don't. If you draft Kolek, what's the reason for getting Campaign? You could have used that money to get somebody else, like another wing, another scorer, or something like that. Why would you do that? And you just invested in a point guard. Develop that kid, let him back up Brunson. Like that's the point in drafting him. You got to see what he is, man. You can't just what are your scouts doing? You know what I'm saying? That's their job. We need guys that are ready to go. Is Kolek ready to go? If he's not ready to go, then don't even draft him. We only want to send him to the G League if we feel like he's not going to play today and we want to develop him. But he's going to play with us because we need a backup for Brunson. We don't have any more money to get anybody else. So we need guys to play. Like our young guys have to play. The money's all tied up in Brunson, Bridges, when he signs, Cat, and OG Anunoby's getting $200 to $12 million. All our money's tied up in those guys. So we don't have the Skrilla, as we used to say. We don't have the Skrilla to go out there and pay top dollar for a good backup or a good wing. We ain't got the funds for that. So you're going to need to develop your young talent from the draft. You're going to need to do that. I've been saying this. And that was my frustration with them not picking up Ryan Dunn because he's a ready-to-go product right now. Nick Yak, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live. It's my first time seeing you coming through rocking with me, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew tonight. Tough loss for them boys in the Bay, 97-94. The Big Cat, 29 points, 12 rebounds. Tim says, I was just getting ready to say that Kolek is a floor general, something Campaign is not. I think he definitely would have made some good plays, and probably score some points that could have helped us win. Agreed. I think Kolek has just more upside than Campaign. I once again, I never agree with the deal. I don't even know why he did that. The kid's a really, really good ball player, man. He was an All-American last year, man. I think he was second team All-American coming out of college. He's a really good ball player. So I just think that he's just time. Nicky Yak says Kolek will get Payne's minutes next year. Yeah, I know that now, but he needs his minutes now. How is he going to learn? You know what I mean? You got to put him out there in the fire, man. You got to let him play. You got to let him play, especially now that Brunson's down. This is perfect opportunity for him to gain some experience here. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to play. Look, man. Campaign only played 10 minutes. You mean to tell me Kolek can't get 10 minutes, man? It ain't like Campaign was playing 20 minutes. He played 10 minutes. Kolek can't get that? Big Taz said, I think the problems that Campaign was giving us in the playoff series, the Knicks wanted to put Campaign in their pocket. He wasn't really doing that much, though, Big Taz. I hear what you're saying, but I just think if they based it off of that, that's bad scouting. Like, that's bad scouting. Hit him up. Said, I think this is definitely Mitch's last year with the Knicks. I don't know about that. They love Mitch, man. They love Mitch. They love Mitch. They love Mitch, man. And they wanted to see how he looks good, man. He doesn't look bad. Hit him up. He doesn't look bad. He's just out of shape. But he's doing things that are really good. He's setting really good screens. He's blocking shots. He's still active. He switches way better than Cat. You know what I'm saying? So, today was just a bad game for him because I think it was a bad matchup. He's out of shape. But Mitch in good shape, man. I really want to see that him and Towns tandem because I saw it tonight and it looked pretty good. Because Cat was playing the 4 and he was getting busy. He was getting busy all night. But I'm saying I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I think they love Mitch, man. I don't think Mitch is going anywhere. Because I think they really want to see that Mitch and Cat tandem. Which campaign is giving me Kemba flashbacks when IQ and Deuce were blocked of valuable development in game minutes like they're doing to Kolek right now. That's a good point. That's a great point, man. That's a great point. Hey, man, let's take a look at this Josh thing, man. Look at what was going on. I'm sure you guys saw it, man. We got to play it again. Look at this, man. Look what's going on here with him and Tibbs, man. It looks like Tibbs. You guys can read lips, right? Pause. He says it looks like he's saying run the effing play, run it every time, run it every effing time. That's what it looks like he's saying. Tell me if I'm wrong. This Grover says he's saying get in the game. Okay, so I you think that's what he's saying? He's saying every time. He's saying every effing time at the end. So I was trying to. When's the AI when you need it, man? This is crazy, man. This is crazy because you see Josh's frustration. I think Josh was just frustrated the whole night, man. I think he was frustrated the whole night, and I just think that it kind of started to spill over. That's what it seemed like to me. Because Tibbs seemed calm, and then Josh just started wowing out. You know what I'm saying? Like he just because I saw in the game, Tibbs was screaming and saying something over to him, and Josh was screaming back like what? Like, and Tibbs was like what? Like they were going back and forth. This was during the game. I saw it. This is right before they even showed this clip. I saw it. It was like a quick second. I said, "Yo, look like Tibbs and Josh were beefing about something." I saw that, and then he went to this clip. I wasn't surprised by it. So it probably carried over from what happened on the court. So he obviously saw something, and is telling Josh. And I think Josh has had it, man. He's having a rough night, man. So I just think his emotions got the best of him, and Tibbs is trying to tell him, like, "Yo, we need you, man. We're trying to win this game." You know what I'm saying? And I think Josh just wasn't. This is where sometimes this is where the coach has got to step up and put the dude on the bench, man. Put the dude on the bench. Let him figure it out. This Grover said you do. Yeah, that's what I thought he was saying. This Grover. Knicks 100 GM. That's what I thought he was saying. Every time. Like that's what he's telling them. Because I'm once again, Eddie Kofi, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Tough loss for them boys, 97-94. OG Anunoby, 23 big points, 9 rebounds. Because Josh, man, I told you guys, like he's been messing up as of late. He's a lot of turnovers, man. A lot of turnovers from him. How many turnovers he had tonight, man? He had 2 turnovers tonight. It felt like more. You know what I'm saying? But every game, he's like throwing a bad pass. Like he's just, and he has not played well against the top teams. He hasn't. You know what I'm saying? He just hasn't been playing well, man. Nick, next, we missed Brunson, our clutch player. I don't like campaign at all. And another Burks, any shot he can get off, he takes. But Tibbs is going with him as a point. Yeah, man. Agreed. Tim says Tibbs was mad. He kept running the same play for himself, and he wasn't producing this. That's why he let him have it. Yo, man, that could be a good point, Tim. That's a great point. I mean, yeah, but I do agree with Knicks 100 GM too, man. He was saying every time. And so, Tim, you could be right because that's what Tibbs was saying. He was balking at him. You know what I'm saying? Because Josh just wasn't playing well, man. So that's what, once again, that's where you got to sit him. Not then at that moment, but if he's not grabbing, have him sit down, man, and put Shaman in and kind of see what happens because he ain't have it going at all. So based on how Josh played, would it be any different if Shaman was out there? Probably no. And it might be even better because he might be able to knock down a shot because Josh Kent is just not there offensively right now. Knicks 100 GM said he finally called Josh on that BS. Yo, man, Knicks 100 GM, man, you're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. Josh just hasn't been playing well, man. He's been doing a lot of boneheaded stuff on the court too, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like boneheaded stuff, like Randall type of stuff. Turning the ball over, like making bad passes, like. Eddie Kofi, awful passes by Hart. Yeah, man. So I don't know. Nick Yak says Mitch had a plus 4, 16 minutes, 5 boards, and a block. His last 2 minutes, first half ran out of gas, but they didn't score much when he was on the floor. Hey, listen, man, since he's been back, our defensive rating has been really, really good. Really good. If I'm correct, I think we might be top 5 defensive rating since Mitch has been back. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I think that's what it is right now for us. I think we're top 10 in the league since Mitch has been back defensively. Wiz BK LA says Kemba and Burks combined to handicap our young players' growth. Agreed. Warriors were not extraordinary. Yeah, they played bad tonight. They didn't play well at all. I did the box score earlier. They didn't play well at all. Hard shot from the paint almost broke the. Knicks 100 Gyps and Josh got carried away, man. I think he's frustrated. I think he had a bad night, and I think he just was upset about it. Eddie Kofi says we need a reliable backup point guard. You know what? I think we do, man. But you know what? Listen, look. We have one, man. But you got to develop the kid. That's just why. What you draft him for, man? That's my issue. What'd you draft him for? Now, I'm not sitting here saying that the kid is, you know, the second coming of, Isaiah Thomas or something like that, or, Mark Price. For you young bucks out there, probably don't know who Mark Price is. Mark Price was legit, man. So I'm not saying that's who he is. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's good, man. I think he's really good. You gotta give him a chance, man. Hey, let's hear from Tibbs, man. Let's hear from Tibbs. He's talking about it right now. Let's kind of give a breakdown from Tibbs. See what Tibbs has to say about this Josh stuff, man. See what you guys think, man. Say the heat of the battle, man. I get it. You know what I'm saying? The heat of the battle. Both guys want to win. Gets crazy in there. Let's see what Tibbs has to say, man.
Tom, there was a clip that went on the internet and was caught up by the broadcast. Just you and Josh kind of exchanging words. I would say passionately.
Yeah, I love Josh. You guys know that. So just whatever can get us going. Just try to get us going.
Just a passionate moment.
Yeah, that's it.
Tom, there was a clip that went on the internet and was caught up by the broadcast. Just you and Josh kind of exchanging words. I would say passionately.
Yeah, I love Josh. You guys know that. So just whatever can get us going. Just try to get us going.
Just a passionate moment.
Yeah, that's it.
Tom, there was a
Yeah. Hey, look, man. Look, one thing, man. You gotta love Tibbs, man. You gotta love Tibbs. He's not gonna throw dudes underneath the bus. He's trying to hold it down. That's one thing I love about Tibbs, man. He's from the old guard, man. He like, nah, I ain't gonna give you nothing that you gonna kind of, go crazy with. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta love that with Tibbs. Which says, I said it before, man. Anyone who gives 6+ year veteran like Mitch grace to get his timing and in-game performance, but thinks young players can develop on the bench are being hypocritical. Wow, good point. That's a great point. Tips to Cal under the bus, LOL. What you mean, LV? Listen, here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. I think he threw Kel under the bus because he looked at Kel like, yo, you're supposed to hold it down. You know what I'm saying? You don't put our business out there. What we discuss. It's not meant for you to come out to the media. So I'm not going to tell them what really happened. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to play that game with the New York media. Because that's what they want. They just want fuel. So I'm going to play it off like it never happened. You see what I'm saying? So Tibbs did the same thing here. You see what I'm saying? They try to get information out of him. He's not giving up, even though we know what happened because we saw it on TV. Tibbs holding it down like, it's nothing. I love Josh. You're just competitive guys. He's not going to really say what really happened. He's probably saying like, yo, he probably want to say, yo, this dude don't listen. I'm telling him to do X, Y, and Z. He want to do his own thing. Then he's missing layups. He's throwing bad passes. I told him like, yo, every effing time you're doing this, just think about it. He's not going to say that. So he's holding it down. Not really kind of make it hot for Josh. You know what I'm saying? Vibes said, that's what I'm saying, man. Why draft players are not going to... Yo, Vibes, agreed, man. Agreed. I don't understand, man. It makes no sense. But you know what, Vibes? Let me tell you something. It's a new day's here, man. Because they're going to have to do it now. They're going to have to play these young guys because they're not going to be able to get anybody in free agency that's valuable or this summer because their money's tied up. So they don't have the bread to go out there and spend to get somebody of a high caliber. Unless someone comes in here for a pay cut, that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So Nick Yak said, we have 4 rookies because we have no money to fill out our roster spot. Exactly. Without a cheap rookie contracts, we need to carry 4 rookies. Listen, agreed. Agreed, Nick Yak. So check it out. So with that being said, I'm glad you mentioned that. Why not play these guys? You got to play them, man. You got to play them. You can't not play these guys. You're going to have to play them, man. So I think that's where Tibbs and them are kind of dropping the ball in this aspect, just development wise. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where they're dropping the ball. You got to develop these guys because you're going to need them. You're going to need them, man. So I think that's really important for Tibbs and those guys to continue to do that because listen, man, look, the reality is this, we don't really have the money to go out there and get anybody. We just don't. And so I think that, you're going to be forced to really develop these guys and kind of get these guys in line and ready to go. You're going to have to. Because if not, you're going to find yourself in a really tough predicament, especially if someone gets down and someone gets hurt. Right? You're going to find yourself in a really bad spot. So that's why you're going to have to really, go out there and play these guys. You're going to have to or develop them. I just think it's very important for them to do that. Because if not, you're going to find yourself in a tough situation, man. You just thought. Now, look, Brunson's down and we really had nobody really, back him up. And, we have a guy we have a guy like Kolick, but he's not playing. So it's kind of like, what are we doing? David Smith, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Tough loss to them boys. To the Golden State Warriors, 97-94. OG Anunoby, 23 points, 9 rebounds. Tim says it's given he can't play without Brunson on the court. He's better on his podcast than he's on the court right now. Yo, Tim, man, that's cold-blooded, Tim, but he may not be wrong because he's just looking like he's not playing well at all. At all. And it's not looking good. You know what I'm saying? He's got to, I don't know, man. I don't know. He's just not playing well. David Smith, Hart had 0 points in 39 minutes. Horrible. He lost us the game. Yo, he had a big part to play. He had a big part to play. I'll be honest with you, because he's too good of a player to not want to shoot. Whereas BKLS says, then turn around and say rookies can develop on the bench. Knicks 100 GM says, I tried to explain this. Explain what, sir? Please elaborate on that, please. Nick Yak says, not playoff eligible now. We will probably only play a quarter of the rookies in the playoffs. Payne might get 5 minutes some games. Yeah, Payne's going to play, man, because he's got a backup Brunson. All right, and we also, two guys, we don't know. I don't know what Brunson's going to look like when he comes back. Because, guys, look, when he comes back, right, when they say he's ready to go, he's going to have to get in practice time. They're not going to throw him out there on the court. So the day he gets cleared, he'll probably have to practice for like a couple of weeks or something like that to kind of make sure he's ready to go. They're not going to throw him out there. He's the captain. So that's why I say he won't be back to the playoffs. David Smith said Knicks should have won, man, but Hart and Mitch were bad. I thought Mitch was all right. He just was gassed a lot, David Smith. He's out of shape. But I thought Mitch was okay. I thought he rebounded the ball well. Made a couple of contested shots that made him hard to do. Set a couple of good screens. So he did his part, man. David Smith's heart should have been met. Hey, listen, I said it earlier. Big Taz told me, yo, LV, man, come on, stop being scared. Say the truth. So Big Taz made me come on and say it. I thought he should have been benched tonight. And I thought that you should have probably threw out a guy like Shamit and kind of see what it was. He's up there arguing with the coach. He's not sure. He's having a bad night. Yo, man, tonight might have been that night for him to take a breather. You know what I mean? Jeremy, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys, 97-94. The Big Cat, 29 points, 12 rebounds. Corey Lindsay, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Tough loss for them boys, 97-94. OG Anunoby, 23 points, 9 rebounds. Them boys go 2-3 on the road trip. They've been going for 11 days, man. 11 days they've been on the road. Back home in the Garden Monday against the Heat. Hit him up says only good team we beat this year was Denver. Shaking my head. Also, too, Memphis is solid, man. We beat Memphis twice as well. Beat Denver twice and we beat Memphis twice. Two solid teams, man. David Smith said, "How is Payne not the starter right now?" Nah, I don't think he needs to be starting, man. David Smith, I don't think Payne needs to be started. I think Kolick should be playing over Payne right now. I think now is the time to develop that young kid, man. I saw him play in college. He's really good, man. He's really good. He's been ripping up the G League. So what I'm saying is, you got to put that kid in, man. Let's see what he could do with better players around him. If you're putting him out there with a bunch of backups, he's not. Let him be out there with Deuce, Bridges, Cat, and Precious, right? Let him be out there with them cats, and let's see what he could do. But you can't put him out there with, I was going to say Jacob Toppin. He's not even on the team anymore, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't put him out there. Some guy, my eyes. You can't put him out there with dudes like like Beauchamp and Matt Ryan and all these guys. Like I don't even know. Matt Ryan's not there anymore. But you know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that. And I feel like that's what happened. That's what's been happening to him. David Smith said, I'm wondering if there's a divide on this team. I don't know about that. But I think Josh was just frustrated tonight. I don't think it's anything personal. I think he was just frustrated. He was having a bad night, man. He's playing really bad. Really bad. And I think he got the best of him. I think he was just really frustrated. And I think it showed on the bench. The coach kind of called him out because he saw certain things going on. You know what I'm saying? And they were beefing on the bench. I mean, it's regular stuff. I mean, I honestly think that I think he should have been benched. I think they should have sat him down and let him get a breather, man. Not so much that he was screaming at the coach. Not saying that. I'm just saying because of how bad he played. I thought he should have just sat down and had a breather. Just kind of figured it out. You know what I'm saying? The bench does wonders. Trust me, it does. The bench does wonders, man. So, sometimes it's needed. Nick Yak said, if Okporty is back, Precious won't get minutes and McBride will be a point guard. Tibbs plays 8 men in the playoffs, and if Payne plays, it will be a situation over 5 minutes. Okporty's not going to get Precious minutes. Nick Yak, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. We got to understand who we're dealing with here. Tibbs didn't want to play Okporty before. He didn't want to play Okporty before, man. Precious is playing over him. The four that Tibbs is going to go 9. He's going to go 9 deep in the playoffs. He's going to go Deuce, Mitch, Cam Payne, and Shamet or Precious, but most likely it's going to be Shamet. He's going to play those guys because you got to have the rotations right now. I'm not saying they're going to play a lot, but I can see them playing anywhere between 10 to 12 minutes, giving these guys a breather. OG Anunoby a breather, Bridges a breather. That's what Shamet is there for, to give those two a breather. And when they're off and on, like when he's on, one is off, and one is on, or he's off. Like you know how it goes until both of them are back out there. That's what he's used for. Cam Payne is strictly to back up Brunson. Deuce plays all over, and Mitch comes in to back up, of course, the big cat. He's going to go 9 deep. He's going to go 9 deep. And I think he's going to stay at 9 deep because let's say someone else goes down. Let's just say, knock on wood, right? Let's just say Shamet goes down. Then he's going to put Precious in that spot. He's going to go 9 deep. Jeremy says the Knicks are 21-1 against lottery teams, 21-23 against playoff teams, and 0-13 against Cleveland, OKC, Boston, LA, Golden State, and the Clippers, and Dallas. That's not a good number, man. That's not a good number. But you're kind of leaving out. I mean, I know you put them up there, but you kind of left out. Well, actually, no, you didn't. You did good. I just realized I had to reread it again. You did good, Jeremy. It's a good breakdown here, man. Good breakdown. Corey Lynch says, LV, man, are you disappointed tonight, bro? No, I'm not. I think these guys are ready to go. I love the fight. I thought they played well. We lost because Josh Hart just was non-existent tonight. He just played really bad. If Josh Hart gives us 10 points, what he usually does, if he gives us 8 points, we win the game tonight. We won the game 102-97. He gave us nothing tonight. Nothing. And that's the ball game. Nick Yak says 16 games to the playoffs. If we go with the veterans over the rookies who hasn't played with the rotation players, next year, Precious and Payne won't be back yet. I don't think they're coming back. I don't think they are. I could see Precious coming back more than Payne. But yeah. Gideon, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough Laws for them boys. 97-94. The Big Cat. 29 points, 12 boards. Jeremy says Tom Timberlow, Demolition Man is addicted to the Magnificent Seven rotation in the playoffs. Nick Yak said Porty was playing over Precious when he got hurt. He is a better defender. He might play if he gets back for the last 6 games. I mean, yeah, it was situational, but it's the playoffs. It's different, man. It's different. I don't think Tibbs trusts that guy enough. Nick Yak. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think Tibbs trusts him enough. That's why he won't play. And also, too, will he be healthy enough? Tibbs is not going to take any chances, man, with that kid in the playoffs. He's just not. He hasn't earned enough during the regular season to get that that type of trust or build that trust with Tibbs. Precious has. You understand what I'm saying? So he played. Remember, Precious played last year in the playoffs and played decent in the playoffs last year. So Tibbs knows that about him. You know what I mean? As of late, Precious hasn't been playing well, but he has money in the bank with Tibbs. You know what I'm saying? He's been to war with Tibbs. So Tibbs trusts him more than a young kid like Akaporte. It's just something Tibbs is just not going to do, man. He's not. I would truly doubt he plays that kid, especially a kid coming back from a knee injury. I don't know if Tibbs plays him. I truly doubt it. Gideon says, our defense was fabulous. Cat was a lion tonight. Deuce was nice. Bridges, good first half and crap. Second half, Tibbs could have used PJ, Dottier, and Beauchamp for a few minutes. Bench and Hart were booty. I thought Bridges was good in the second half, man. He came up with a couple of big-time shots. Thought he was good, man. Gideon, Hart was the problem. Josh gave us nothing tonight. Nothing. That's the problem. The bench was okay, but both teams didn't play that well. But games like this, you got to find a way to win, man. You got to find a way to win. And I just thought with it, because, he's going through whatever he's going through, I thought, he just... I just thought he didn't, you know what I'm saying? I just think to everybody's point, and I said it earlier, this was a game they bench Josh. Like, in an even play, because it's the last game of an even play, because I thought Shamet was okay. I didn't think he was bad. Shamet played 21 minutes tonight. I thought he was okay. Was he great? No, but he's a better shooter than Josh. And he's not going to have a problem shooting it if he gets wide open in the corner. He's going to pull it, and pull it with confidence. David Smith says Jalen Brunson for the Trae Young in offseason. If the Knicks underperform in the playoffs, Trae Young averaging 24. What? Yo, come on, man. Just type in really fast that you're joking. Just tell me you're joking. Tell me you're joking, David Smith. Jalen Brunson for Trae Young. Please tell me you're joking. Just tell me you're joking. Please. Deuce made Curry work. He did. I thought Deuce was solid, man. Another good game for him, man. Thought he was solid today. But I think him being a facilitator is kind of taken away from his superpower, man, which is being like, microwave coming off the bench. And believe it or not, this is where we miss Brunson, because I think this would have been a perfect night to bench Josh and Deuce play majority of the minutes in that fourth quarter, because I think we win this game. With Brunson, and we definitely win this game. Laugh out loud. I like the trade. No way. No, you don't. You don't like that trade. No way. No way. No way. No way. Nick Yak said Booker $50 million, and Dude said McBride $4 million, and Mitch $13 million, $17 million. He's short $23 million. It's ridiculous. Yeah, man. Devin Booker's not coming to New York, man. He's just not. I agree. Shaman is better mid-range. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's a better shooter. I mean, listen, I'm not saying he's a better player than Josh Hart. Like, I'm not saying that. But I just think for tonight, and just because of what's been going on with Josh, you know what I'm saying? I don't like it. Tonight would have been a perfect night. I mean, just chill out, have a seat, breathe a little bit. You know what I mean? As a coach, you got to gotta make that decision. This Grover says JP's retiring here, my man's. Word up. Word up. Word up, man. This is home base for him, man. Brunson's not going anywhere. David Smith said, I was so firing Tibbs in the off season. I don't think Tibbs is going anywhere either. I don't think so. Big Taz says, we don't need Booker. We just need Josh Hart to stop being scared to score. Yeah, man. He just didn't play well, man. He didn't play well. And you have games like that, man. That's not anything towards Josh. And I just think he just didn't play well. He didn't play well up. But that comes to the coach, too, man. The coach has got to make that decision to stop being scared to kind of bench guys. You got to let these dudes know sometimes you run the show, man. You know what I mean? Hey, man, listen to Draymond, man. Draymond's talking. Let's listen to this guy, man. Draymond's yapping again, people. Let's pull up what Draymond's talking about, man, because he's always got something to say, man.
It's good to see Cat show up and play like that. He played hard, played well. He's physical. Probably most physical I've ever seen him. Had a little extra motivation, so that made the game really fun. That was great.
You mentioned, Cat, how, you feeling like you had a little extra bit of motivation. Are you referring to, the stuff recently?
Yeah, I saw his answer to y'all. He kind of fed into what everybody else was saying. So, well, it was a good little extra motivation. But, I like battles. So, that forces a guy to play harder and play physical, great. I ain't never seen him, willing to talk. So, I enjoyed that. That was good. That was really good. That was fun. Good for him. I said he had a really good game. So yeah, that was really fun.
This guy's always talking, man. This guy's always yapping, always doing stuff. Like, he just doesn't stop, man. He just doesn't stop. And then they gave him a microphone, let him have a show. Like, this guy just be talking nonsense. I've never seen Cat this aggressive, and he start talking too. My man, listen, everybody doesn't need their mouth to speak for their game. It's the opposite. They let their game speak for itself. Like, that's the thing with him. He's been able to get by being Steph Curry's wingman and run his mouth. And because of that, he's been able to kind of be looked into like, he's one of the best defensive players. Remember what Richard Jefferson said tonight? He's one of the best defensive players of this generation. My man, no, he's not, man. He's good, but come on. He's not Dennis Rodman. Guys got to calm down with this guy. If Steph wasn't there, this guy probably wouldn't even be in the league. He probably wouldn't even be in the league. He'll be playing overseas, man. He'll probably have the same journey and the same story as Pat Bev. Had to go overseas to kind of figure out which direction he was going to go in with his career. It probably would have been the same thing for this guy. Extra motivation. Cat don't need no extra motivation, man. For you, for what? Like, he don't care. The same stuff Cat did tonight, he's been doing all season. So, what? Now, if Cat would have came out and dropped 50 on you, that I could see. Okay, cool. But he put up the same numbers he's always been putting up, man. Cat is going to be all NBA this year. This guy loves talking about himself because he makes it seem like he's the reason why Cat played harder. he gave Cat the extra motivation because he was talking. And, I never seen Cat play that hard and be so physical. My man, what? This guy's insane, man. This guy really thinks he's like an all NBA guy. Like, he's not. Come on, man. This Grover was dropping bombs in here. Said that this dude's entire claim to fame is riding the coattails of one of the GOATs. Agreed, man. Agreed. Insane. But listen, guys, look, let me get up out of here. Listen, tough loss for them boys. 97-94. The Big Cat, 29 points, 12 rebounds. OG Anunoby, another great night from him. 23 points, 9 rebounds. Listen, I will be back Monday night to talk about the Miami Heat game, so please come through and check it out. I appreciate everybody coming through rock with me tonight, man. All right, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Also, subscribe to people, please. Also, too, if it's your first time coming through rocking with me and you're watching this on a replay, gang, please subscribe to my channel. Also, too, please leave comments. I do respond to comments, people. I do. I know you may not think that, but I do respond to those comments. So please leave those. And once again, please subscribe. All right, but listen, I'm LV Live, and that's my show. I will be back Monday night to talk that Miami Heat game with you guys. So please come through and check that out. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.